So one of the things that I've learned in the past 25 years is that vision drives behavior and behavior drives outcomes. When I get a call, somebody's calling me and they're saying, hey Jay, our project management's broken, our operations management's broken, our strategic planning is broken. And here's what I know. They're not getting the outcomes that they think they need. Whether their strategic planning is broken or their project or operations management is broken, I don't know. Usually what I find is their culture lacks discipline, trust, transparency, and accountability. And so where we start is with the way that people think. Again, vision drives behavior, behavior drives outcomes. For an organization to get different results, the people in the organization have to think differently before they're going to be willing to do differently. So we don't start with coming in and building a system. We don't start with coming in and doing the work for you. We start with coaching. We sit down with the executive leaders and we say, listen, let's look at all the things that you're working on and let's figure out how they improve customer satisfaction, team member satisfaction, and profitability. And a lot of the times we're talking to chief information officers or chief technology officers or VPs of human resources or people, like organizations that have traditionally considered themselves cost centers. And the first thing they say is, oh no, we don't do that. Like we keep the lights on. Like we are not in the business of improving customer satisfaction, team member satisfaction, and profitability. And I say you weren't, but that's what your board needs. That's what your shareholder needs. And you can. The very first thing I do is work with them to help them re-rationalize the work. And very quickly, I'm able to help them see how some of the work that they're doing can be done in a way that does improve customer satisfaction, team member satisfaction, and profitability. And the rest of it, there's no reason to do it. So what happens is they've been working in this frenzy, feeling like there's more to do than they could get their arms around, and they're screaming, give me more people, give me more money. What we teach them, what we show them is that if you add people, you're just adding complexity. That's their experience. When you point it out, they know it. But if I get rid of work that won't create growth for your business, repurpose your existing team members onto things that we have rationalized will improve customer satisfaction, team member satisfaction, and profitability, now very quickly you are in the business of driving growth for your company and you're creating velocity. Again, we've learned we have to help people think differently before they can do differently. And that's why we provide transformational leadership performance coaching. We like to start there. It's the best way to create game-changing outcomes is together help people see the world differently so they can engage with the world differently and get different and better outcomes. Or as we like to say, if you want to get shit done that matters for your organization, you have to start with getting shift done. We work with C-level executives, mid-level executives, and their managers. We basically like to work with a combination of a leader and their managers, because then we're taking both groups on the journey at the same time. Nobody's playing catch up. We're eliminating the possibility of confirmation bias, meaning we're shifting the mindset of one group, right? While not shifting the mindset of either their executive or their managers. And therefore then when this concept is introduced, immediately there's pushback. So working with like the C-suite and their executive team to create a single unified high performing team is one of, I mean, that's where I spend my time. And then working at the middle executive layer and their managers, again, same thing. That said, we also do have coaching for the operations people, the people that are actually managing intake and outtake of the operations work, based on our operations standards. We've got coaching and curriculum for people that are leading your cross enterprise projects. We don't feel it's of good value to start there because, again, if we start working with them and they start then proposing change up, the executives don't understand where it's coming from. So I think it's really important that we start our work at the executive level. And as the executives start to see the world differently and start engaging with the world differently and driving outcomes that are better, faster, stronger, there's then already buy-in from people in the mid-level and lower in the organization to get on board because everybody wants to be on a winning team. If you're listening to this thinking, you know what, there's somewhere in my organization where we're not getting the outcomes I know we need, send me an email, call me. I'm happy to put an hour on my calendar to sit with you and talk about this challenge or opportunity that's sitting in front of you and spend some time rationalizing it with you to identify how it can improve customer satisfaction, team member satisfaction, and profitability so you can make it a priority, you can get it the attention that it deserves, and you can get it across the finish line.